Welcome back to the Cooking with Meah show. I am making some fabulous brownies today. I have been having the biggest cravings for everything and anything chocolate. I'm talking, I'm going down to the supermarket to pick up my regular, milk and eggs, and I'm walking out with a block of chocolate. I know the PT is walking out with a block of chocolate. So I thought, holy crap, I can't keep doing this. I need to find a recipe that's going to be super tasty, but also healthy. So I've decided I'm going to make these bomb diggity zucchini brownies. But they also pack a whole heap of protein in them because I'm going to be adding my favorite protein powder by Happy Way. So I'm ticking all the boxes, people. We're talking chocolate, we're talking healthy and jam-packed full of protein. So let's get into this recipe. Let me show you exactly what you're going to need to make these at home. Of course, Happy Way protein, cacao powder, plain flour, baking chips, oh my God, already been opened, vanilla bean extract, coconut oil, salt, zucchini, bicarb soda, coconut sugar, your pan, parchment paper, baking paper? Yeah, baking paper, coconut oil spray. Okay, that's everything you need. Pretty simple, right? Next, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do step by step. I'm gonna actually be making these right now in real time so that you guys might even be able to follow at home as well. And we're just gonna be diving in to this chocolate goodness.
Chocolate.
I've already preheated my oven and I've got it at 180 degrees Celsius. No idea what that would be in Fahrenheit. Soz. What we need to do first is we need to prep our tray. And I think I'm going a little bit on the overkill thing by like spraying it and then put baking paper in there, but whatever. We're gonna do it anyway. So lightly spray your pan. Actually, I think this is overkill, but we're gonna do it. And then gracefully peel off some paper. That is a terrible cut. Good. Get your piece of paper, fold it up, and then you're gonna put it in your pan. So making sure all of the edges are in there and pushed up to the corners. Next, you will need your mixing bowl. And if you've watched Cooking with Meah before, you'll recognize this extremely ugly red bowl. It is what I do all of my mixing in. What we're gonna do first is you're gonna grab your coconut oil, ugly red bowl, and we're going with half a cup of coconut oil. Pour it into your bowl. Then we need 1.5 cups of coconut sugar. Oh my God, okay, so yeah, I've got a situ here. I'm gonna have to bash that out. So you could use any other sugar, but I use coconut sugar because it is a little bit healthier than just your normal everyday sugar. So what we're gonna do is put 1.5 cups of that. I don't have enough sugar. Oh God damn it. Okay, right, so that is about 3/4 full. So, improvisation is what I do best on this show. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 3/4 full of coconut sugar into this bowl. And then we're gonna put the really unhealthy sugar that I just talked about to make up the rest. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna have the correct amount at home and you're gonna have 1.5 cups of coconut sugar. We've got our oil, we've got our sugar, and now we need our vanilla bean extract. This is eventful. A tablespoon of that. Let's just hope I have enough. Excellent. All right, so we're putting that in there. So now that we have all of that combined, grab a whisker and whisk all of that together. That looks good. That looks good to me. So that is what you should expect in your bowl, in your ugly red bowl. So next we then need to just add all of our dry ingredients into here. We need to start with our flour first. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Cacao powder, now we need 1/2 cup of that. We need our Happy Whey protein, of course. Opted for the chocolate flavor. 1 scoop of that. Then we need 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I actually never know the difference of baking soda or bicarb soda. Not sure if it's the same thing, but this is bicarb soda, and I'm hoping that will be okay. This is a bowl update. This is how we're looking. Now we need salt. So it's about 1 teaspoon. Okay. Now we need to mix. So we're just gonna mix all of that up together, make sure it's really nice and well combined. There should be no unmixed areas. Make sure you really get in there and give it a really good mix. This would be so much faster if I had like a beater, but I'm like in the 1950s and I'm having to do it all by hand. So that's looking pretty combined to me. I'm pretty happy with the consistency of that, which is now on my bench. Excellent. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the consistency of that, minus a tablespoon that's now on my bench. Now we need to get to the zucchini. Now this is the most important part to this recipe. Just grate up your zucchini. 3 cups of grated zucchini. Finely grated, we don't want it really chunky, especially if you're gonna be giving this to kids. I'd be doing it on the finely grated side. Okay, so now that we have all of our zucchini, 3 cups to be exact, into our dry mixture, you want to fold it in, and you want to do that by hand. So I'm just literally grabbing my hand and just folding the zucchini in nice and gently. Now that we have our brownie mixture nice and combined, you're gonna let it rest for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna come back to that as it's nice and set, and then put it into our pan. And now I'm gonna clean up this mess. That's one thing about me, I am a very, very messy cook. 5 minutes has been, and I'm looking at this, and it is the perfect consistency. See how it's just actually not even really well combined? Yeah, there's a really big lump there that looks like a poo. That's not combined. Hold that thought. It's just like a giant dry patch that wasn't even combined. Anyway, okay. it's combined now. So your consistency should be really like wet, and it should be pretty much be able to just come away from the bowl. Like you should literally just be able to kind of tip it out. So it should be really gooey, should just kind of have that sort of consistency. And if it's not wet enough, if you still find it's really dry, kind of really hard to mix, then leave it for another 5 minutes so that it can get to that consistency. But be sure to make sure there's no extra dry bits in the mixture. It needs to be completely combined and wet. So next, you want to add in your chocolate chips. You can use dark chocolate, you can use milk chocolate, whatever you fancy. And I'm literally going to just pour the whole thing in. Well, not the whole thing, that's a bit excessive. Half a packet I think should be good. We need to keep it somewhat controlled. It's about 100 grams. So you want to put that in. Who else eats chocolate chips right out of the packet? Me. I literally cannot have them in the house. So what I've done there is I've just combined all of the chocolate chips in there. Oh my god, this is looking good. Should we do a taste test? I know it's raw zucchini in there, but like, let's just taste it. That is actually really good, and I'm totally not just saying that because it's on camera. That legit tastes really good, and you can't even tell the zucchini in there at all. This is good. Okay. Grab your bowl or your pan or your tray, whatever you're using, and you're going to just pour it onto the pan. Now we have our mixture all set and in place in the pan. Now we need to just chuck it in the oven. You need to put this in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, depending on your temperature of your oven. Keep an eye on it. We want to make sure that it's cooked enough so that if you put a skewer through the middle, it'll come out clean. All right, let's put her in. Finished product is done. They're out of the oven. Let me show you the zucchini chocolate brownie. Let's just take a minute to appreciate this goodness. It smells so good, guys, but let me show you a close-up. They look amazing, they smell amazing. Oh my god, and they taste amazing. You have to try this recipe. This is so easy to make, super simple, doesn't take long at all. I guarantee your kids will love this. It's an awesome way to get some sneaky vegetables in there and a really good pack of protein, and it will definitely curb those sugar cravings and keep it pretty healthy at the same time. Well, that concludes our show with Cooking with Meah. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. I think I'm gonna eat this whole plate right now. See you next time, guys.